Coral, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with a book haul. These are the books that I bought in October, and yeah, I mean that's all I have to tell you about what this video is going to be about. Now I can just tell you about the books. Let's see, the first book I have here is like a little cute true crime novella. This is Deadly Voices, and it is about serial killer Herbert Mullen, who was a man who killed people because the voices in his head told him to. He was obviously schizophrenic. Crimes like that always seem very strange because of the mental illness that, you know, comes to play, obviously. Murders like this just don't make sense. Not that any murder is, you know, full of sense, but these seem particularly senseless. It's also a little bit interesting because he was killing people around the same time and around the same place as Ed Kemper, like near Santa Cruz, California, and you don't really hear about Herbert Mullen like you do Ed Kemper, which is just a little bit of an interesting dynamic to add. I don't know if my camera's been focusing on my face. I think it's been focusing on the creepy moon face behind me. Oh my god. I hate this already. So next I bought 172 Hours on the Moon by Johan Harstad. Somebody here recommended this to me and I cannot remember who it was, but thank you so much. This sounds super interesting. I'm going to go back and, well, from now on also I'm going to go back through my videos and write down who's suggesting things so that I can give a proper thank you when I read them. But this sounds like a great sci-fi horror. This is about a group of kids who are chosen. It's kind of like a lottery system, and they are chosen to go on the moon. It's been decades since anyone has been to the moon, and apparently some creepy things happen. I also guess I had pre-ordered Familiar Spirit by Lisa Tuttle from Valancourt Books because it did arrive in my mailbox at some point this month. I'm very excited. I'm going to read the back of this. It says, "Now that her life with Brian was over, she would have a home of her own. She could begin again. But something was waiting for Sarah in her new house, waiting to welcome her, to make her feel at home. Something was waiting for Sarah in the night, with golden eyes that glowed and burned, commanding her obedience, demanding her soul, promising her." Sarah tried to escape the power, but night after night it drew her back, filling her with screaming horror one moment and relentless burning pleasure the next. Sarah tried to escape the house to fight the evil, but she came back. She will always come back because now Sarah is never alone. So apparently this is Lisa Tuttle's debut novel. And I've never read any of her work, but I do have the collection Nest of Nightmares that she wrote that I think I'm going to try to get to. I think that's going to be one of my like 5-star predictions for 2021. We'll see. I'm still figuring out what I'm going to do for that. I also got a copy of Rites of Burial by Tom Jackman and Troy Cole. This is a true crime book about Bob Berdella, who was the Kansas City butcher, and he targeted gay men. And it's kind of a really awful, horrible story where he was somebody who liked to torture people, so that's never nice. It's pretty gruesome. I also picked up this month a thriller I've really been looking forward to. This is When No One Was Watching by Alyssa Cole. I'm going to read the back of this to you. I don't usually do that with thrillers. I don't even like to read them myself, but I don't think this one gives too much away. So, Sydney Green is Brooklyn born and raised, but her beloved neighborhood seems to change every time she blinks. Condos are sprouting up like weeds, for sale signs are popping up overnight, and the neighbors she's known all her life are disappearing. To hold on to her community's past and present, Sydney channels her frustration into a walking tour and finds an unlikely and unwanted assistant in one of the new arrivals to the block, her neighbor Theo. But Sydney and Theo's deep dive into history quickly becomes a dizzying descent into paranoia and fear. Their neighbors may not have moved to the suburbs after all, and the push to revitalize the community may be more deadly than advertised. When does coincidence become conspiracy? Where do people go when gentrification pushes them out? Can Sydney and Theo trust each other or themselves long enough to find out before they too disappear? This says Rear Window meets Get Out in this gripping thriller from a critically acclaimed and New York Times notable author, Alyssa Cole. It sounds like a spooky blast. Get Out is a fucking great movie if you have not watched it or rewatched it. Okay, these next two books I have here, my beautiful friend bought them as a birthday present and I haven't been able to see her in months. So she delivered these to me. So sweet. She bought me The Tent by Keelan Patrick Burke. This is some like spooky forest killer thing. I don't think we even know like what kind of a killer it is. It just says if you go down to these woods today, you won't live to see the sunrise. And I'm into it. The next one she bought me is Human Flesh by Nick Clausen. And the back of this just says, during the winter of 2017, a series of strange occurrences took place in a small town of northern Maine. That's all we know. I don't know what, like, I know I had this like on a wish list and that's why she bought it, but I don't remember how I heard about this or what it's about aside from what it says on the back. I'm very excited to get into this though and find out. Last three books here are from subscription boxes. The first two are from Nightworms. This is The Cipher by Kathy Koja. This is about a group of friends who find this hole and they start throwing things into it to see what finds out, and they are kind of compelled to get in the hole themselves. Then we also received The Loop by Jeremy Robert Johnson. This is described as Stranger Things meets World War Z, which is great. Something about like outbreak. I don't know if that means zombies for sure, or if it's just like some sort of virus. I'm really excited about both of these actually. I almost screamed when I opened up that package. And the last book I have here is a really chunky book from Owl Crate. This is Legend Born by Tracy Dion, and this is something about what is it called? A residential program, like a school that this character gets into, and shit about like secret societies and magic, and it sounds right up my alley. It's a big book. It's a chunker. It's got to be almost 500 pages, yeah? $4.98. Oh, dang. This seems like it's going to be a lot of fun, though. It says, a searing modern tale of grief, power, and self-discovery. I'm into it. Okay, well, those are the books I bought and received this month. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in another video very soon, probably. Just kidding. You'll see me again. Thanks for watching. Like I said, goodbye.